All right, you guys, let's talk about what it looks like to have a mommy toolkit, grandmama, educator, childcare worker. If you are taking care of kids, insert that toolkit, right? We want to have a bag of tools that we can use for when our kiddos don't feel well, like right when disaster strikes, and we need to have something to help care for their bodies. The goal is always prevention, but we know that it's unrealistic to think that our kiddos will never come down with an issue or have a pain or a fever or anything like that. So we love that we can have natural tools in our home, especially at a time right now whenever it's not ideal to be sitting in a doctor's office, to be sitting in a pharmacy, and actually can be really hard to get those services right now. We want to, if we can have natural tools at home to help our little people feel more comfortable, to start the healing process, then we're all here for that, right? I'm here for that. So I'm going to walk you guys through my mommy toolkit briefly, hopefully, and then you guys can share with us below what you would add to your toolkit. So first thing, tummies, right? Like everybody gets that dreaded call from school and like your child's throwing up, and you have to come get them. Any tummy aches, tummy imbalance, we love for kiddos to reach for Tummy Jais. This is part of our Kid Sense line, made especially for kiddos 2+. And we just add the little roller fitment, metal roller fitments that come in your kit. You can also buy these separately, 10 to a bag, I believe. We just pop that right on the Tummy Jais, and my kiddos know how to roll that right over their little bellies. If you don't have Tummy Jais, that's okay. Jais comes in your kit, and you can also pop a roller on that, roll it on your bellies, roll it on the middle of your feet. That's where your tummy Bataflex point is, and that's going to be a really great balancer for your belly. Okay, second thing, respiratory support, right? Nobody wants that like hacking kid in the middle of the night only to realize that you don't have anything to give them to help calm that down. We love that there are natural resources that we can reach for. First thing, Young Living just came out with a chest rub, a Thieves chest rub. This has camphor and menthol in it, all naturally derived from plants, you guys. That's the goal, from plants. And it's got this great little squeeze tube right here that makes application really easy. You can apply right here to the chest. You can see that on my chest, apply to the back. Smells so good. That's going to really help with all of those respiratory needs. This is my like easy button. I love a product that's already made for me, but if you maybe just have your starter kit, you're just starting out, or you love to DIY, grab that Raven oil from your starter kit or another oil like RC. These are great for respiratory support. Get some sort of jar and a little bit of coconut oil. It could be unrefined, it could be cold pressed or the liquid kind, and make you up a little chest rub yourself. Coconut oil, Raven, rub on chest, rub on back, you're good to go. You can also pop that in your diffuser for great respiratory support, but I love easy. Okay, third thing, fevers, right? The dreaded fever. I know whenever a kid spikes a fever, it can be a really scary thing. The truth about fevers is our bodies are actually fighting off foreign intruders when we get a fever. So a little bit of heat rising can be good. It can be a way that our immune system is fighting, but we know that a fever is uncomfortable. And if a fever gets too high, you definitely want to seek medical attention here, okay? So use that mommy gut, make sure we're taking temperatures, but we can keep our kiddos comfortable while our bodies are naturally fighting off intruders. So I love a combo of peppermint and frankincense. Lots of options here. You guys can make you like a fever buster roller. You can make you a rub if you prefer that. But this is one of those times when I actually like to apply these separately. We call it a layering technique. So you can apply this over the navel. First, I would start with peppermint, add a little peppermint, add a little bit of carrier oil, and then you're gonna apply this over the navel and all down the spine. Then next, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to apply frankincense over the navel and down the spine. And actually, we want to switch those, okay? Do the frankincense first and then put the peppermint on top, and that's going to actually drive in the frankincense. So I love a layering technique for something like a fever. But again, if it's easier for you, you can put those in a roller, add them to a rub. Okay, the fourth thing, ears, right? The dreaded ears. I know that with any sickness with little kiddos, oftentimes can come ear aches, ear pressure. And so we love having this ear roller made up before we ever need it. Our ear roller is purification and lavender. Lavender comes in your kit. Purification is an extra, but I would definitely say like this is one of my favorites after the kit. Snag it. It's great for all the things, stinky feet, stinky laundry, bugs, all the things, itchy things. But it's 10 drops lavender, 10 drops purification, and we just roll this around the outside of the ear, never in the ear, and down the neck. And this is great for keeping fluid moving or if you have any sort of ear pressure. Now, if the ears are really having some uncomfortable feelings, you can also take a cotton ball and add an oil like Melrose to the cotton ball and then put it in the ears if you have a kiddo old enough to not mess with that. But we never want to put oils in our ears, okay? I also use this as an itch stick, right? Our oils are so versatile. Okay, moving on. Scrapes, cuts, boo-boos, burns. It's gonna happen on the playground. It's gonna happen if they're at your house. Again, we love this Kid Sense oil, Owie. And I've got a little roller fitment right on top of that. Easy for kiddos to apply, and they love having oils that are meant just for them. And I also love this lavender spray. This stays in my mommy toolkit because it's so good. Easy to spray on. Burns, you can see, just sprays like that. Burns, scrapes, great for cleaning out those wounds. It stays in our first aid kit. Okay, one more thing I want to talk to you guys about, and those are growing pains. Sometimes you'll have kiddos and they might say like, my legs hurt, my arms hurt. And we've seen this a lot on some of our pages and moms are really concerned. And it's always a concern when our kiddos don't feel well or are in pain. But a lot of times our kiddos are just growing. They're having a growth spurt. My older daughter recently came to me and said, Mom, my legs are really achy. Can you rub them? So we made up this growing pains balm. Smells so good, you guys. It's just coconut oil, and then it's a handful of oils, but I always say use what you have here, okay? So I'm gonna start with our starter kit oils because you can use these and they'll work well too. Pan Away, so good for those achy sore muscles. Valor, those are both in the starter kit. And Peppermint, okay? So even if you just have your starter kit, you can make a rub like that. But we love adding lemongrass. These are great for tendons and joints, and Copaiba, which is great for inflammation. Adding all of that to a little bit of coconut oil, and then we just do leg, feet massages, and it's a great time for us to connect, and she gets the relief that she needs in a really natural way, and we avoid the doctor's office, right? That's a key thing. Okay, last thing, if you have a kiddo that comes home that is unwell or not feeling well, grab that immunity roller that we made earlier in the class, and you're gonna wanna apply this every couple of hours. So oils metabolize in our bodies every 2 to 3 hours. So when we're feeling unwell, I always say up the application. When those ears aren't feeling good, up the application. When that belly's not feeling good, up the application. Do this every 2 to 3 hours, and that's really gonna help their bodies get to working. Another thing, if you are new to oils or you're in a really unwell state, it can take a little bit for your bodies to respond to the oils quickly. Trust the process, don't give up, keep applying, and you're gonna see results. The idea here is that we want to have things made up and ready for us before disaster strikes so that when something happens, we aren't scrounging around for a recipe or pulling out something to see what we can find. We have a bag ready to go with all the things that we need. Okay, so I hope this helps you guys feel a little bit more confident. A couple more tips is if you're wondering, how does she know all of those things and what to use for what? I did not pull this out of my head. We have a fabulous community full of mamas and papas and grandparents that share recipes and testimonies and tell us what works. And then I also have these great reference guides. So for example, temperature rising. I made this little roller from this book, Oils and Glass. It's got a lot of great recipes in it for kiddos, for mamas. And then Gentle Babies is another reference guide, great for all things little ones. Helps to take the guesswork if you're feeling unsure about what to use on your kiddos. You can find both of those books at Amazon. Last thing, you guys still have a little bit of time. You have a little bit of time to share with friends. If you're watching these videos and you're like, I know people who need to know this stuff, share with a friend, invite 5 people, send me a quick message that said that you shared this event and invited 5 people, and somebody's gonna win this cute little, something's hiding back here, my unwind is hiding, but these hand sanitizer and this little critter carrier that you can attach to a backpack, a nitro for all the natural caffeine, Mighty Pro prebiotic, and the little unwind packets hiding back there for some great sleep. So I'd love to hear what's in your mama toolkit, and if you've got yours packed and ready to go, drop us a picture. All right, you can do this.